Hello, this is David, and today I'm gonna be talking about Daniel chapter 3. Um, so have you ever felt scared? I know I have. I have a little story when I was little. Late at night, I would get up to use the bathroom, and when I would get out of bed, I would go to my door and just stare down the hallway. It was long and dark. Sometimes I would get very scared and just go back to bed, and that didn't go well. But sometimes I had to hype myself. I was like, "Come on, David, you could do this. You could do this. You could go. You need to use the bathroom." And then I would just run to the bathroom and just slam the door behind me, and do my stuff. And when I would get out the bathroom, I just did it over there. Hype myself up. And come on, you could do this. You could be faster. You could get to your room fast. And yeah, I would just run to my room. So what does that have to do with courage? Well, little David had to run to the bathroom in the dark. But nah, just joke. Well, the biblical connection with this about having courage is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They had to have the biggest courage to stand up to King Nebuchadnezzar and the statue that he made. Yeah. Okay. Let me summarize. If you don't know the story of the three fans, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, let me summarize it for you. So King Nebuchadnezzar made this big statue of him. Big, full of gold, and it was all gold. And he called everyone in the province to go see the statue, and he made a decree that when they hear the music, like the flutes and everything play, that everyone should bow down and worship the statue. So when the music started playing, everyone bowed down except for these three friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But because some people didn't like them, they called out Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and the king didn't like that. So he called them over, and he was like, "I'm gonna give you one more chance. When the music plays, just bow down. That's all you need to do." And the music started playing again, and they didn't bow down, and the king was furious. He was like, "You know what? I'm gonna send you to the fiery furnace." Oh, that's another thing I forgot. If they didn't bow down, they were gonna get thrown in the fiery furnace. So the king was like, "I'm gonna throw you guys in the furnace, make it 10 times harder or 7 times hotter," and it was so hot that the men around the furnace just died. Anyways, so when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown in there, a couple minutes had passed, and the king looked in, and he's like, "Wait, didn't I throw in 3 men tied up in there? What do I see 4?" And it was just God. God saved them. And when he was like, take him out. And when he took him out, he made a decree saying, I think it was saying you need to fear him, and whoever doesn't worship God, should be cut up into pieces. That's what the Bible said. He was cut up into pieces, and their house turned into rubble. And then after that, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were just promoted, just like that. So that's the story. Now here's a question: Why don't you think they pretended to bow down, just to fix their shoe or something? Fix their sandal tied up, or strap it on tightly, just to pretend like they were bowing down. Well, here's what I think. I think that if they did, they wouldn't have showed their full loyalty to God. They would have been like, "Oh, we're scared." They wouldn't have trusted him either. Like, "Oh, we're scared what he might do, so let's pretend." So that's why I don't think they pretended to, because they wouldn't have shown full loyalty to God, and they wouldn't have trust, and it looked like they wouldn't have trusted him. Okay. So here are some easy connections and conclusions that you could make from this story. First thing, always trust God for everything, even if you have no hope. You always know he has a plan for you, or just trust him. He's a miracle maker. So like, even though you think, oh, he's not gonna do this for me, you never know. So always trust him. Second, don't be scared to stand up for what you believe in. Yeah, you might be like, oh, but like, what if they make fun of me, or what if they don't believe it and believe like I do? Just don't be scared, because you never know whose heart you're gonna touch if you do stand up. And other people might be like, oh yeah, he's standing up, I might stand up too. So yeah, I'm gonna stand with him. So those are some connections that I drew from the story, and probably you can draw them too. Some personal applications, or here are some personal applications you guys can do, and I have some challenges for you. First, like I said before, trust God in everything you do and pray to him, saying that you trust him and that his will be done, and yeah, stuff like that. Another challenge is, don't be scared to stand up for what you believe in. Like, even if it's like in a crowd of people that don't believe like the same as you, just don't be scared and just stand up for what you believe in. So yeah, thank you for listening. Peace.